Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of Preview Review. I'm James. That's Kev. Wrong way. That way.
Here.
That's Kev.
Hello.
Kev, how are we doing tonight?
I am living the dream, James. It's been a while since we've done one of these that either wasn't on a live stream or a pre-record that we do solo.
You did a shit. We didn't even make it 30 seconds. You did a ton of them last week. You did a bunch of these last week, which if you haven't watched those, go check them out, folks. But we've got one today where we're like, it's time to get the gang back together. Coming out.
Had to be.
Next month, we're going to be watching this, talking about it every week on the Weekly Dweeb. We are watching Dune Prophecy tonight, Kev. The prequel to the movies. Now, is this set in the same universe?
I believe it's set in the same universe as the Denis Villeneuve Dune movie franchise.
The DCU, the Dune Cinematic Universe. I know that's not right, but I'm going with it. Okay, I thought so. I'm looking at the logo right here. And I'm like, it's not the same, but it looks similar. So I assume, because it's the Bene Gesserit. That's not how you say it.
I like it though.
Margarita, la Gesserit. So it's like the prophecy is, I assume the show is them creating the Lisan al-Gaib, like the beginnings of all of it, right? There's multiple prophecies in the books. They're all the same.
Yeah, that would be my guess. For those who might not know, like as James just said, the Bene Gesserit would go around not just on Arrakis, but part of their whole overall goal was to sow the seeds of telling these myths and building this lore in communities, so that way an opportunity would arise if someone like Paul, if the Bene Gesserit got there, through their controlled birthing practices, when they finally got their special hybrid witchmaster person, that it would already be built into that culture to worship that person as a god, and then just give them more influence. So the Bene Gesserit are always kind of out for themselves, even when they're serving or married to kings.
Realistically, they're just the most evil corporation in the world. They were went to all these planets, all these just low-level people, and just dropped in myths. Like, hey, you should believe in Godzilla. You should believe in this. You should believe in the Lisan al-Gaib. Like, they're all the same. If you read the books, I've only read the one book, and it's the only one that matters to me. I do need to read some more of them, but they talk about it a lot in there, right? Like how they all are exactly the same, and they talk about it in the first Dune book too. Not a ton, but they hint and touch on it.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan. Yeah, because it would have to come from the Bene Gesserit, right? So it's all going to fit sort of that same structure, because it's going to be one of their chosen that would be this god figure. So it would make sense that what we're going to see is going to rhyme, so to speak, with what we've seen. And I assume not in the same way that the Penguin is doing, because that is linear. Like it's the next stage in the Matt Reeves Batman verse timeline. But I think it might serve the same purpose as far as filling in blanks that will then maybe make the future films a little more understandable or a little more enjoyable. We've talked about this in other preview reviews. Can they walk that line of providing the fans fan service without making it required viewing? Like, are they still gonna be able to serve the audience at large the way some of these shows do a great job and others don't?
The MCU has failed miserably at this, but it sounds like everything I've heard about Penguin is they are nailing it.
So good. Yeah, all the side characters.
The girl villain. I've watched him, but the girl villain, I keep seeing her all over Twitter, the entertainment world. Like, they're all talking about how awesome she is. Sophia Falcone, is that right?
That's right. The Hangman.
Yeah, I heard she's awesome. Yeah, I heard she's awesome. So good. Really, the prophecy in the Dune books comes to two people, actually, where at the very end of the first Dune book, the Bene Gesserit are freaking out because there's a duel to the death between their two chosen ones, both possibilities for being their guy. They don't realize that Paul Atreides is the guy they think he could be. The other one is Fade Rotha. And it's in the movie, the second movie too, where they duel to death. The duels in the book is really cool too. But so they actually get two of them, two possibilities. They don't realize Paul Atreides is the one at that point, but they got two of them.
Yeah, which was part of their whole game plan to have it, because Paul was not part of the plan, right? His mother went against the grain. I believe I maybe check me on this one, chat or James. It's been a while since I've read it, but I believe it was out of essentially, love for the Duke Atreides, right? Like she wanted to give him the son that he wanted, so she broke her rules or Bene Gesserit plan.
Well, I think she was sent to him, like that was the plan, but then she fell in love with him and messed it all up, right?
Yeah, if memory serves, I thought she was supposed to bear a daughter.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, she was supposed to have a daughter.
The next generation was going to be the chosen son, and she skipped ahead in the line. Is how I remember. I may be wrong.
Correct.
There,
yes.
Yeah.
She gave she gave Duke Leto Atreides a son, so that he could be the one to inherit everything, be his first son, et cetera, you know how all that works in patriarchy, and went against the grain, yes. And they were not happy about it.
It's one of my favorite parts of Dune. Super advanced space traveling society, still in feudalism. Very interesting.
Yep. Across the galaxies. Not just like it's everywhere, bro.
It's like post Skynet. Imagine that. Like the AI goes all Terminator on us. We defeat it, and then we say no one can ever use robots again, and then we go back to kings and queens. Wow.
Yes. Wow. I forget that there's a whole part of that where they like the technology deal where they don't use robots, any of that kind of stuff. I always forget about that.
Yeah, that's why the spice is so valuable. That and those mentats.
I was because I've only read the first book, so I've dug deep dive and went down wikis and stuff, but I always forget that part of it because it's not really touched on. Like there's bits and pieces and hints of it, but you're like, they don't really outright say it in that first book.
It really gets into the expanded lore. There are YouTube channels that I think pay their entire rent just explaining the Dune lore throughout the years, throughout all the books, because it's so dense and there's so much.
I wonder if Frank Herbert, that's his name, right? The writer's at Frank Herbert.
Yes.
Right? I wonder if that's what he expected when he made the books. He's like, there are going to be people someday that make a YouTube channel and make all their life living off this. No, he was way back before Star Wars. Duh, dummy. There's going to be more worms in the third Dune movie, though.
Maybe. I mean, well, those, and you probably know this one already, James, right? Spoilers for those who don't know, haven't read Beyond, or don't know the greater story. There should be plenty of worms, because at some point you'll have the God King worm.
The God King worm?
Yeah. Yeah. I won't go any further. Just
God King Doom. Does God King Doom ride the God King worm in Avengers Doomsday? The Return of the Worm.
I am inevitable.
Is that where this connects all these cinematic universes? Is when Battle World happens, it's a desert and it's God, Emperor Doom riding the God King worm around?
It's actually Kevin Bacon from Tremors, right? Was that who was in that?
God. What a world.
Yeah, it gets really weird when you have
Paul
a sentient Dune worm
by Spider-Man
talking about things. It's wild, dude. That was about the time where it lost me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to tune into one of those YouTube channels to get the rest of the story.
Yeah, when it goes off rails after book 2, I think, right? Even book 2 is a little kind of, but after that, there's like 10 books.
Very weird. There's like so I think Paul's sister, I believe, has the spirit of the Baron living inside her. And so, yes, Baron Harkonnen is like living in the body of the young girl.
What?
Yeah, dude, it gets weird pretty quick. There's still a lot of cool stuff in there, but yeah, it gets weird.
Well, it's also weird. They didn't do this in the movies, but in the book, she's like a 2-year-old walking around having full conversations with everybody because her mom, I can't even think of what her name is, drank the water while she was pregnant and fucking wrecked her life.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that's
they changed that in the movie. Like in the movie, they just leave her as a baby and then they do like visions and stuff of them talking and Paul seeing her. I think he sees her on a beach and stuff. But in the book, she's like a 2-year-old walking around like a fully developed 2-year-old, full conversations, and people are like freaking out and like fucking scared of her. Like, get the fuck away from me.
Dude, that's a nightmare. Could you imagine those little tornadoes are hard enough to handle. You know, can't imagine if they could articulate everything.
Yeah. You just had one destroy your house tonight. Can you imagine if that thing could fully speak to you? It'd be like, "Hey, Kev, watch this." As your TV crashes down.
They love the TV, I tell you.
Ooh, what's this? I'm gonna knock this down, Kev. Okay, we've got Dune Prophecy here, official series trailer. I've not watched. Have you watched, Kev?
Nope.
I've not watched. Sat on this one. We were saving it. So, you know the name of the game. It says Preview Review, where we review the preview. We are basing the score specifically on this trailer and nothing else. Not our love for the books, the movies, nothing. Just this. We're gonna watch this, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna judge our excitement based on this. So, are we ready, Kev?
So you're saying I'm not allowed to judge it based on the number of worms in it? Heard. Got it. I'm ready.
Correct. I am predicting 0 worms.
I think that's a good. Yeah, I would put the over under at
unless
0.5.
This is like Star Wars, where we always have to go back to Tatooine. Like, do we always have to go back to Arrakis? Is that the rules of?
Is that what universe? It's going to be? They're just going to go like, oh, I bet you want to know how this one particular story in Arrakis was told. That will be a letdown. All right.
Yeah. If this is a preview for just how they set the story up with the Fremen, then I'm going to be mad.
Like if it's specific, I know it's called Dune Prophecy, but if it's specific to Arrakis,
I'm out.
I might not like it as much.
I'm going to be out.
Oh. Don't hurt me.
I hope. Fingers crossed here. Here we go. Dune Prophecy, the official series trailer.
We've never seen a force like this.
Oh, was that a worm?
It might have been.
Okay, this is good.
Draws women from many worlds.
Boom! I love it.
Advance our species and govern the future.
Very creepy. I'm going to govern the future. The ring.
The Imperium is fragile. The great houses fight for control.
Oh, Mark Strong. I didn't know he was in this.
Now is the time to secure the throne and protect the Imperium.
Oh, a lot of infighting, it seems.
There are secrets we have gone to great lengths to keep.
Okay. A lot of water in this.
Imperium is a circus of fear and rumor. I'm surrounded by vipers.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, he's awesome.
If I lose control of Arrakis, the great house will feed me to the worm.
Oh, there's a worm.
It was a worm.
The troubles are far greater than just Arrakis.
Okay.
There's a war hidden in plain sight. I'm the only one that can tell you the truth.
The only one.
Oh, of course.
What do you want?
To wipe out every trace of the sisters from our worlds.
Oh, she don't like the Bene Gesserit.
That is why I've been gifted a great power.
Who are you, sir?
Consider me
Is
a
it
true
Rob
believer.
Zombie?
That looks like a skinny Jason Momoa.
Burning through the witches, you know?
So this could destroy the
Imperium. There's technically 2 worms there. The horses still exist out there.
Same way I see the blood trailing your every step.
Take out your blade.
No.
Just madness.
Oh, we got a thumper
I
there.
run a school for young women. We're not a threat to anyone.
Fucking liar!
Yeah. That's our Palpatine right there.
That is
gang.
Palpatine.
Woo-wee.
November 17th.
Hot damn.
Well, we're both wrong because we are going back to Arrakis.
Definitely going back, but good news. They said the things they said very early on, talking about the seeds, the Bene Gesserit being planted among many worlds, like that tracks. And what kind of got us to Dune, which they do talk about, right? Even the initial movie with Leto getting Arrakis in the first place. They talk about the politics, the behind the scenes, how it's actually a death sentence. I think
how they don't want to go there. Yep.
Yeah, very interesting to talk about the politics of it. But guys, again, if you've been here long enough, you know I'm a nerd for this stuff.
Kev
right?
loves
I'll
a
watch-
politic. Kev loves a politic. That's what he does.
I don't know. I hate it in the real world, but for some reason you spin a yarn about it.
You love a trade federation.
I do. This gave me some Game of Thrones vibes too, right? With a little bit of backstabbery.
I liked this. I was very in on this. Now we saw a worm within. Didn't see the worm, but we saw what was a worm was destroying a castle, so we knew it was what it was. I am very intrigued. I don't know where they're going. I did not know Mark Strong was in this. I completely forgot. If I did, I forgot it completely. A lot of political intrigue, which we know Kev loves. They don't really give us anything. They don't ruin anything, I don't think.
Yeah, they don't spill too much of it out. A lot of foreshadowing and imagery.
Yeah, we've got some guy that has got some powers. Don't know who he is or what he is. Mark Strong dealing with some shit on Arrakis. I'm here for it. I think it looks great. I think that looks really fun.
I'm locked in, especially on the heels of how well Mark Strong is doing in The Penguin. He's already somebody. Yeah, he plays Falcone. He plays.
Jesus, I am behind.
John Turturro was unavailable, so they had to cast Mark Strong as a young Carmine Falcone. And with no offense to the original actor, he's just so much more intimidating. So he's a much better mob boss for my money, and he is killing it in this role.
I did not realize that was him.
Yeah, because they put hair on him. Yeah, and a mustache. I think.
Yeah, he looks very similar to the other actor. I just did not realize that was him. Yeah, the other guy isn't super intimidating at all.
I just think the Transformers movies ruined it for me. It's hard to take him seriously.
I had no idea that was Mark Strong. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's been doing well with that. I think he'll it seems like he's either playing the Emperor or someone making a play at being the Emperor. So I'm assuming he's going to have a big role. That bodes well for me. We also get to see an elder Harkonnen there, is my guess. We saw that old kind of egg-shaped pale dude in a wheelchair that kind of made me think it might be the elder to the Baron Harkonnen, just, thinking about how that guy didn't walk around. I could be wrong. That could be that's a guess by me. But perhaps we will see them.
Oh, are you talking about this guy with the beard?
Yeah, there's like an older dude with the beard that I thought, like right here, right? That looks like a Harkonnen.
Yeah, I could see that could be a Harkonnen. Yeah. Here, let's just go back and let's do this thing where we just watch the whole thing again.
It's time for
I got the sound off. Or we'll turn the sound down quite a bit.
Notice it doesn't say a Max original. Just saying.
So weird, man. Yeah, so right away, like this is Arrakis. Right, that is a worm. You can see a worm right there, right out the gate.
Taking what I guess, that looks like the castle.
Looked like a castle.
What a foolish move that was.
Yeah.
Now that looks like that could have been the House of Atreides planet. Forgive me, I can't remember the name of it right now
either. Yeah,
but I imagine that whole house and that planet is going to be back in play because they were one of
all the main houses.
Yeah,
maybe not the current names of the houses, but they're going to be major houses in major planets, like they're all the same ones, you know. I don't remember what the planet is either that they pull them off of.
I assume it'll be like the timeline wise, it'll maybe be Leto's father. Maybe we'll see him die at the hands of that bull or whatever the story was. Or maybe it'll be grandfather. I don't know how far ahead they're going.
I thought this thing was set like 1,000 years before. Let me look this up.
Ooh, well,
setting. I think it's very.
Oh, that's right. Because then we drew the. We got excited.
It's 10,000 years before the rise of Paul Atreides. It is adapted from Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson's Sisterhood of the Dune novel in 2012.
Yeah, which has been pretty
the formation of the secret cult of witches known as the Bene Gesserit.
That is neat. And this is one of the instances. So, full disclosure, I haven't read any of Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson's stuff. But if you notice in the name, that is Frank Herbert's son. And Kevin J. Anderson is a renowned fantasy writer in his own right. Actually had the pleasure of meeting him at the Cincinnati Comic-Con several years ago. Hell of a guy. Yeah. One of the few Kevins I don't wish to take off. You know, you guys know about my epic battle of Kevins.
Yeah, you like to get rid of this guy. Kevins.
Yeah, this guy's cool. He can stay. But it's if you're ever going to trust the vision of the original author to be carried on, I love that it's being handled by a direct descendant and then, being helped by, so we can trust that this is in line with the vision, at least we would hope.
Because it's a son. Yeah. So these could be planets. They could not be. They could be exploded ones. Maybe the Death Star got them. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. But maybe these won't even be around. 10,000 years.
I mean, you still got the technology though. So like, even though it's 10,000 years in the past, they're still more advanced than we fucking are.
That's true. And in some ways it depends. Oh, now I don't know the timeline of the Butlerian Jihad, which is when they took out which was the war against the AI, if I remember it correctly.
Oh,
so I wonder if this is before or after that. So they might actually have their tech. This might be, although if Arrakis is important, you would think it would have to be post-technology, because spice is valuable not because you get super high off of it and can see into the future. Well, actually, it is because of that second part, because they use it for space travel, but they use it to navigate through hyperspace. So I'm guessing if they care about Arrakis, that it would be, because that would be fun. To explore, in my personal opinion, would be to see what I imagine plays out like a Mass Effect story against the Geth, but in Dune version, where you're fighting an android army.
Oh wait, that's Muad'Dib. I want the Butler. Yeah, there we go. In a nutshell, the events of Dune take place 20.
Oh, it's 20,000. Okay, so this is still.
No.
Oh,
I don't know. That's a good question that I don't. The first, it takes, okay. Hold on here. The Butlerian Jihad, the first novel in the first book of the Legend of Dune's prequel trilogy, takes place in the fictional Dune universe created by Frank Herbert over 10,000 years before the events of 19. I don't know. You might have. It's possible.
Okay, so we're like right around, so it could be right after, which would make sense. Maybe that could be fun. Are we going to see the beginning of them understanding how important Arrakis is, and seeing like what Arrakis was like before the whole universe decided that they had to have the sand? Because that's part of it too. Like Arrakis used to be nothing but sand. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. That is fun. Initially, I was excited, but still kind of like, I'm not really sure, just because the Acolyte, we've been hurt before.
Yeah, we've
been
something
like this, but
I will say this trailer looks very well done. The cinematography, everything looks very good, which I guess some of the Acolyte trailers did too. I think I want to have my own Butlerian Jihad so I can get rid of AI. Why am I the only one that fucking knows what's coming? Has nobody watched Terminator? Anyone?
They named the thing Skynet. That's the worst part. And
Yeah,
you
like,
got Elon out here naming things "we robot" and stuff. Like, you dummies.
yeah.
You pay attention to the wrong
Like,
parts
pay
of
like
the movie.
like. Oh my God, we're so fucked.
You stupids.
We're gonna die from AI in our lifetime. Anyway, here we go.
And on that positive.
Women from many worlds.
So this is our this might be Queen Bene. Number
Yeah.
1. She might be the first. This looks like some fucking acolyte shit right here that I don't like. The power of one, the power of many.
This is going to show you how an all-lady witch cult should have been done.
Should have looked, yes. Take note.
Species,
Whatever the fucking Leslie Headland.
Come on, Star Wars. If you're going to steal
I
from
love
Dune,
the name.
do it right.
Yeah, do it right. I love the look of this ship. I don't know if it's a ship or a colony, but it looks awesome. It looks like a giant sand. It looks like a metal sandworm in space. Yeah,
I wonder if that's like part of the deep space travel or what, but it does look pretty cool. Yeah, and I love that. That's very, very heavy spoilers of you to be like, and you see here we have the giant ship shaped like a worm, could be a reference to the worm itself. I love those channels where they're like, and here you see a rear view mirror, which could be hinting at the fact that the character is looking back on his past. It's like, or he's driving a car, bro. Maybe not everything is a hidden message.
No, everything is actually, and that's how you get 2-hour-long videos. Everything is. Our first look at Mark Strong and that beautiful bald head. There's 3 eggs on screen right now. Just fucking enjoy it, everybody. Enjoy the 3 eggs on screen.
Fight of control.
Naturally, he's a king.
The Imperium. These shots look awesome. This place looks cool as fuck.
This is not, and I do. And you mentioned this the first time around that there are a lot of water-heavy planets, which is. I'm glad we're spending at least some time there.
Is there any universe where this is Arrakis and this is pre-Arrakis drying up?
That could be very cool, and it would also explain why there's a random castle in the middle of the sand that a worm would eat. Because why the hell else would it be there?
Yeah.
Wouldn't make any sense.
That would be something, because that's the whole goal of what the Fremen are doing. For anybody that doesn't know, is they are trying to bring water back to the planet and turn it back into what it once was.
And that's, I believe, part of the myth they've been told, right? Is that the Al-Gaib would help bring that back. So
yes. Instead, he turns them into a bunch of murderous animals. And they take over space. Muad'Dib jihad. That would be cool. I don't know if this is, but it's a cool thing.
Time to secure the throne and protect the Imperium.
It would be fun.
A lot of Imperium talk. Like, I don't think this is, but there is an outside chance this is Arrakis. This is Arrakis.
There are secrets we have come to great lengths to keep.
A lot of them.
I can't imagine that, as you mention it. Yeah, I think Arrakis is going to have to be a major part of the show, even if it's not the only part. I think probably the main thread that's going to tie it all together will be either them realizing how important it is, or that initial struggle to get it under the Empire's control. And meanwhile, we'll get the other Bene Gesserit plans and these other, because I'm sure there will be some stuff that happens on other planets with them trying to make a play for the Emperor's throne. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Least. But I
there's got to be people
possible.
trying to lock the Imperium down, people trying to take his spot. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of political infighting.
The Imperium is a circus of fear and rumor.
The Imperium is a circus of fear and rumor.
Okay, now it's hitting too close to home.
Yeah, this girl's had a little too much spice, by the way.
Yeah.
Perfect time to stop. A little spicy, that one. Nibbling on that spice.
She's probably like, no one can tell.
Yeah, nobody can tell. There's your Baron Harkonnen.
The great houses would feed me to the worm.
Okay, so what's he say here?
Great houses would.
Oops, didn't go far enough.
If I lose control of Arrakis, the great houses would feed me to the worm.
If I lose control of Arrakis, the great houses will feed me to the worm.
Okay, so it is. Spice production is well underway then. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
I like how come is it interesting that he says the worm, like a singular worm? That's interesting. Right?
I wonder
very interesting phrasing.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe it's the first instance of a great worm. That okay.
Yeah, is it the first one? Obviously, they have to grow. We've seen them in Dune. They're little. They can be little guys.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a very interesting phrase. There's that castle. It looks.
I
Like
wonder if that's just like a.
It looks like a sand castle.
Yeah, part of me is thinking this is some kind of vision.
Could be. Yeah,
it's a metaphor.
That's a motherfucking big ass worm. Though you can see the teeth coming up there. If this is real,
they taught me back in the preschool days that a wise man builds his house upon the rock. Right? I think it was a church preschool.
Not on the sand.
Definitely not on the sand, pal.
Eats the whole. It looks like a sand castle. Maybe it is a vision.
The troubles are far greater than just Arrakis.
Troubles are far greater than he's trying to show the Bene for who they are.
I'm the only one that can tell you.
I'm the only one. The only one that can tell you the truth. So who are you, sir?
So for some reason, he hates the Bene Gesserit and knows about their plan.
Knows about it somehow, yeah.
I wonder if he has a. Well, I don't know how it would have worked if there's someone in his family or somehow he's been wronged by the Bene Gesserit. He's out here looking like a Blade Runner with that trench coat.
He does.
Very
He kind of
looks 1980s of him.
He was the original Paul Muad'Dib. 10,000 years too early.
yeah, maybe he was one of the. Maybe he's a failed attempt to have that done.
He could very well be. That's a possibility.
Is it true?
What do you want?
To wipe out every trace of the sisters from our world.
To wipe out every trace of the sisters from the world.
Dang.
That is
Incel.
Yeah. I wanted to see, does he have the Arrakis eyes? I thought I saw it. No, I don't think so, right?
Oh, I don't think so.
I think it's just my computer. I don't think so.
But it's tough with lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't.
This is interesting. I wonder what that was. Got somebody's hand burning. They talk about him having powers here in a little bit, so I wonder. Lean into that. He's a failed attempt.
That could, yeah. Who else would be able to do something like that? Remember they have that box that they have to put their hand in.
Yeah, unless the hand went in the box there and ended badly.
But it looks like her left hand is also curled up. It's hard to see it.
It's also a girl. I thought.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Isn't that test only for men? For males?
Yeah,
I guess it probably doesn't have to be.
It's yeah. So I wonder if he's doing that, or again, just to throw it out there because it was part of the movies as well. Is that just another vision that they're cleverly sliding in, throw us off the scent,
cut in, just burning up? Yeah, you're right. It could be. Very well could be.
So no more points for the
like
editor.
This stuff like this is definitely a vision. Yeah. Yeah, this shit looks cool.
And like you said, that's probably vision, right?
Yeah. Another main character I've seen.
That looks like an Atreides, huh? That guy with the curly hair that was sitting there all brooding like he was a young.
Where you at? Oh, right here. Yeah.
This guy, yeah.
Could
looks
be
a little
Atreides, yeah.
Paul Atreides, and then these warriors. I can't remember what they called. But this is like Duncan Idaho's class of warrior right here.
Yep.
Looks like. Probably not the Sudakar. Those guys were.
No, yeah, not the Sardaukar, but whatever whatever Duncan was, yeah. That's a big ass fucking worm, bud.
Ooh, and some destroyed technology. Okay, maybe we'll get to see the remnants of the Great War.
This is interesting. I'm interested to see, like, are these real? Or do they have like Arrakis? Like all these places built on Arrakis, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this big ass fucking worm shows up.
Yeah, I mean that
would be wild.
If at one point, if at one point it had a regular climate, and it would make sense that they would have
like there was just a desert planet, and they were actually living there, and then all of a sudden, this fucking thing came out of the ground and just destroyed everything.
Eventually got big enough, and it would. I mean, with all that concrete or whatever, imagine it would vibrate.
Yeah.
I mean, it could. I
Good, but we don't know.
yeah.
It's fucking huge, though. So you're
This thing's
looking
got
at
me guessing.
So you were talking about some old technology here.
Yeah, I think it's maybe the next shot here, or maybe she's looking back at it. Yeah, right here.
Shit.
And even the heavy machinery in the background. So
this is
this
is the Butlerian Jihad.
Give me
This is
some of that.
Terminator shit. Oh, this would be fun if they cover this. I guess this could be a flashback too, but I am here for this shit.
Give me a 1-episode flashback of that. Those have been my
not two of the same story. Crapalite.
1-episode flashbacks. Again, sorry, please. Penguin. Also, Agatha all along just did a good one.
It's possible. Well. It's not fucking. It's possible.
You can do it. We believe in you. HBO, not Max, but HBO.
Please HBO. Please HBO.
You can do it.
We must.
Ooh, still awake. Something back there.
You got these. What's that?
Did you see it wasn't all dead. See right there.
Oh shit.
The machines.
That's not cool. You got they're cool shields.
Oh yeah.
They're red in this one, not white, because they're older, you know. Got a horse. Still excited that horses are here.
Same way I see the blood trailing your every step.
Man, this is interesting.
Yeah, we see the voice.
Yep. Oh, that's a young version of her, isn't it?
Either that or the old lady is controlling this.
Yeah, because they look very similar.
So it'll be interesting to see if that's just her controlling her from somewhere else, or it could very well be a vision.
The reckoning is here.
Oh, what the hell is this cow doing?
There's a cow in there?
Oh, you can't see it. It's my head.
Oh, I can't see it. Oh, hey. Oh, it's the bull. That's the bull that potentially Leto's dad or grandfather died to. Remember that? When Paul was complaining? And he's like, well, yeah, do you know how your grandpa died? Because he's like, something like, grandfather fought bulls. And he's like, yeah, you want to know how he died or something like that?
Oh, so maybe the Atreides are in this. That's interesting. It's possible. Very interesting.
And those could be maybe early Fremen. I don't know. We saw those dudes with the paint all over their chest, whatever that.
Yeah, these guys could be Fremen. This is interesting. Like, it leans into the theory here. Where is that at? That these worms came out of nowhere while this planet was inhabited because they're coming to destroy these spires too.
Yeah, it really does seem like this was. Yeah, we're gonna get to see the destruction of it. Wow,
Hold on.
I'm here for.
I'm gonna make a really wild assumption. Like, I don't know if this is true, but see these two spires here. If I go all the way back to the beginning.
Oh,
it's the same spires, isn't it?
I think so.
Or very damn similar, man.
When you paused it earlier, when we had the far away and we saw the long wall and the shark, there were those two pillars in that shot as well. And it almost looks like
let's see if I can find that. That was
like that early angle could have been like a straight on shot, and this one's a little more angled and up in the air. Oh,
that's too early. I think we're gonna see Arrakis.
You're on to something here.
Where was that at? I know what you're talking about. Where was that? Here, it's right here.
Yeah, see? It's almost as if the first shot was from the perspective of, kind of where the worm is right now, and you were looking straight on. Yeah, because even when it had water, I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen like anyone can see it, but you could see the little castle behind it. It does look a lot like
this is definitely this, just different view. But man, does it look like this?
Yeah, so you got the
a
castle
little
behind
different,
it.
like the castle's behind it. Obviously, it's different with the rock and everything, but years and years of a planet drying up could do that, like change a lot of shit. That's I think we're gonna see it
already. If you look at this right now, like look at the base of those pillars and how it looks like they widen out and then they thin again. It's almost like the water has already, like, look at the water. It's puddles. You can see the ground everywhere. It's almost
an
as if
ocean
this
that's
is in
starting to dry out.
Is this the same? I think we see this same location later in the trailer with a bunch of water around it. I think you're right, dude. I think we're watching. I think this might all be Arrakis, at least whenever we see these two pillars. I think that might be all one place
I'm just
over
gonna play
time.
this and see if there's if we can catch it again.
Yeah, this time we're just looking for
I'm looking for one thing and only one thing only right now. What a catch.
The Imperium is fragile. The great houses fight for control.
I wonder.
Now,
like right there.
I was joking, you know, like I was joking when we stopped the first time there, but where'd you go? I mean, it could be like I was kind of joking about it, but are we gonna see Arrakis drying up?
Now is the time to secure.
Would be wild, right?
I don't hate
it at all.
It could be a bad idea, but I'm into it.
Let's get fucking weird.
There are secrets we have gone to great lengths to keep.
Like, it's possible if that's what they're going to show.
Surrounded by vipers.
Surrounded by vipers.
If I lose
and
control of
pillars.
Arrakis, the great houses would feed me to the worm.
Your Majesty, the troubles are far greater than just
Yeah, he's definitely the top dog, whatever the fuck they're called.
There's a war hidden in plain sight. I'm the only one that can tell you the truth.
What do you want?
To wipe out every trace of the sisters from our worlds.
Doesn't look like we're going to catch it anywhere else. It's just those three spots.
Consider me a true believer.
Oh,
could be clever editing right there, by the way.
We've never seen a force like this.
Yeah, like that's
yeah.
There it is.
And we see it. Knock them pillars out. I don't know, brother. I think you might be onto something. It does look like it could be rocky back there where that castle is.
In the back, like if it's just covered in sand.
I see the corruption in your heart. Same way I see the blood trailing your every step.
Take out your blade. The reckoning is here.
Those
it is. Yep, there it was. See that?
I was gonna say, yeah. Did it just
what
quick
an edit?
cut?
Yep. There it is. It is
2 towers
100%.
with water. Yeah.
The 2 towers with water, and then this is really quick. They blink it. That's it. Good catch, boys. They are. We're gonna see it.
Great work, team. I love this.
What an edit. It's a frame.
Boom.
Yep.
A real blink if you miss it. See, that's why
we did blink it. We did miss it. That's crazy.
That's why we got to make sure we tag team a couple of these. Whenever it's something big like this that we know we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about. We got it up. There it is. That's fucking cool, man. That's cool. We're going to see Arrakis dry up. That's awesome. Yep. That's awesome.
I run a school for young women. We're not a threat to anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not, bitch.
Sound like the lady in Suspiria.
Yep. Damn. Okay, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm excited. I didn't want to go back to Arrakis, but I guess I do want to go back to Arrakis.
Yeah, it got me too.
My hype levels got much higher after we watching it. I was probably like an 8, 8.5. I'm gonna put this thing at like a 9 or higher. Like, damn.
Yeah, dude. Hype levels are very high for me as well. And as far as just the preview review grading this trailer, I gotta give it a 9, maybe even a 9.5. I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
what they did that I would say, hey, this was bad. I don't
Showed us
remember.
characters, gave us intrigue, showed us the world, didn't ruin anything. A lot of cuts where I'm like, what the fuck is this? What are we doing here? I am in, man. That was a great trailer. That's a great trailer. My hype levels are off the charts now because I love the series, but just a trailer as a whole, I think that's like, I would say 9.5 too. That one's great.
Yeah, if I didn't know what this was about, I'd still be pretty hyped for it.
Yeah.
They did a well executed what I've
job.
been calling the quick cut crescendo towards the end, where you start to get heavy on the drums.
Well, we missed it. We missed that water, the towers and water cut into the sand. It was so quick.
Yeah, which is another bonus because this is one of those frame by frame. I mean, it's not every preview that we go 45 minutes on, but that one,
no,
if we hadn't, it took us 40 minutes to find that one key part. So it was fun unraveling that live there. That was a good time.
That was awesome. That was great. 9.5 for me. That was awesome. Great one. Very good. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. 46 minutes in after we cut a little bit. That was great. That one was awesome. Kev, that was a good one to get the band back together for. If you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, share. Come check us out live every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern on the Weekly Dweeb, talking our favorite entertainment stories of the week. And every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, talking Star Wars. Han shot first. We are working our way through Rebels right now. Kev's never watched it. I'm making him. Kev, where else can they catch you at outside of here, my friend?
That is right. You can also catch us on Bite Size Sports on Thursdays and Carnage Media for the kickboxing, MMA, and boxing pay-per-views. If you want to watch some free fights, go check it out on YouTube at Carnage Media PPV. But other than that, I just would rather y'all be right here for us when we come back for our next live show or pre-recorded. Spirals is next on my list. Uzumaki, if you're keeping up with it. So 4 episodes to discuss. Be on the lookout for that over here on Dweeb. Other than that, we'll be back Wednesday night.
We will be back soon. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'm James. That's Kev. Please like, subscribe, share. Until next time, Dweebs.